Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. We are doing a really easy, quick meal tonight, which is called egg and bacon tarts. Here's what we need. This will make 6, and as well as these, we're also going to need our oven on 180, a muffin pan. We only need 6 holes, so if you don't have a 12-hole one, you can just get a 6-hole one. A frying pan and a stirring stick, plus you will need a plate with some paper towel, also a rolling pin, and come on in, I'll talk you through these ingredients. Everything's going crazy with the heat. All right, so our ingredients are as follows: spray oil, 6 slices of bread, use whichever bread you like the best, 2 bacon rashers which are trimmed and finely chopped, 6 eggs, may I suggest a cup to crack them into as well, 1/4 cup of grated tasty cheese, and a tablespoon of chopped parsley. All right, so it's fairly easy. First of all, get the bacon and cut it up. So I've got a little bit of bacon left over. Yum. So that's going to go in the freezer, and I'm going to use that maybe next Thursday. I'll see how I go for that one. So first up, we've already chopped the bacon. You can buy it already chopped up, but you're better off buying it and chopping it yourself. That way you know what's in it. So with your bread, you just want to quickly cut the crusts off. It's up to you what bread you use. I used to buy white bread to do this, but then I'd be stuck with white bread and have to use it for toast. So what I did was, this is actually the bread that I have now, but in a half a loaf size. So it's called multigrain sourdough, and it's a bigger piece. So I'll do 2 pieces just to show you, and then I'll finish it off quickly. So that's what you'll have. Crusts will go in the garbage bin. Okay. So grab 1 piece, this is the heaviest rolling pin ever. This has been in our family for a long time. And you just literally roll it. If you don't have a rolling pin, then you can improvise with something heavy. So that's what we'll end up with, like that. Okay, so we'll do that 6 times. So we end up with 6 of these, but we're going to go over to the stove and start and fry the bacon first. So just a little splash of olive oil in the frying pan. And then in we put our chopped up bacon. Okay, so just give that a little bit of a stir. And then let's go back over, and we're going to start and put the bread into the cases. Okay. So spray this. Now I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use, so I've just sprayed it all. What I normally try and do is have a little bit of a gap between them, because we're going to push them in. Now they're probably going to protest a little bit, so just gently force them in. So that's the idea of flattening them so that we can push them in. I would not normally use this bread, but as I said, I'm not going to be stuck with a whole loaf of bread. So if you're a normal, traditional white bread eating person that buys it from the supermarket, that's an easier bread to work with, because I've never had any trouble with pushing that one in. But these are fine though. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of a gap in between them so that they don't fight with each other. And when you go to push it in and you get holes, as I say, just push it in. All right, in we go. Maybe fresher bread would work better with it. And the last one up there. So that's why I've done it like that, so that we got a bit of a gap. They don't look pretty, but they will taste amazing, so it's fine. And we're going to have a little bit of a fancy overhang up here with some of them, which is good. All right, just going to go give the bacon a stir. I'll be back. Okay, so with the bacon, just pop it onto the paper towel. That's just to make sure that we drain all the fat and oil off. This bacon had very minimal fat on it. It's good to have a little bit of fat on it so that when it fries, it doesn't dry out. Don't overcook it because we're not making crispy bacon bits. We're just basically starting it so that it's already started cooking when it goes in the oven. I guess that's what I'm looking for. All right. So back to this. So that will drain on there. Okay. Bit messy. Bit of a messy job today. Ow! I just touched the bottom of the frying pan. It's all right. Bit of entertainment for me. Not really. I'm joking. Okay. So our little cases. Some are bigger cases, but most of them are little. Alrighty, so into each one. I hate when I can't read the bottom of a recipe. Break an egg into bread-lined recesses. Okay, well that's easy enough. Alright, so each one needs an egg in it. So this is why I said grab a cup. The reason why I use the cup is A, if I've got a bad egg, and B, I don't end up with a whole pile of shell in it. So you don't need to whip the egg, just make sure that it basically goes in. And it will start to soak into the bread as well. 2. 3 coming up when I get there. 4. There we go. It's soaking in well. Oh, see, a little bit of shell. Missed it. Now, because these are only light, you got 2 choices. You could serve it with chips or something, but I'm going to do it with a salad. And the salad's just lettuce, tomato, and cucumber with some sort of a dressing. Hey, it's summertime. We don't want to be cooking a lot in summer. All right, so that's basically how we leave that. If you've got a little bit of time, I'd let it soak just a little bit because that egg is actually going to start to soak into the bread, which is what we want. Shoot, I thought I turned the... Make sure you turn the stove top off. I could feel heat coming from the other side of the kitchen. Whew. Crazy. Okay. Don't hurt me again. Okay. So random. Okay. Weird, I just thought I'd used the wrong one. I know it's hot and I've had a bit of a nap, but I'm not that out of it. Okay, so really all we want to do once we've done this is grab ourselves a spoon. We're just going to sprinkle bacon on all of them. that. There's a lot of bacon here, so don't be tempted to use more bacon, because I was there at the beginning thinking, oh, do I really want to put that much bacon into the freezer? Yes, you do. If you're thinking the same, you do want to put that much bacon into the freezer. There's no room. Look at that. They're actually full. By the time you get the egg in, they are full. So you don't want to put any extra bacon in them. Okay. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So once you got those in, all you need to do is the cheese. Sprinkle some cheese on top of all as well. That one kind of missed out on cheese. Okay, and then just sprinkle a bit of parsley on top. And then these are going to cook for 20 to 25 minutes. And it says to only sprinkle half of the parsley on top and then put the rest on after, but I'm just going to use all of it. So this parsley's been in the freezer, but it doesn't matter though. It's only to garnish the top. All right, I will see you when they are done. So while we're waiting, I'm just going to do a little bit of a side salad. So this is fancy lettuce. So just get a few leaves of lettuce. I'm just making up individual salads. When it's summer, this is pretty much how you eat here. You just have something light with a salad. Or in my case, most of the times I don't really eat at night time. So I'm getting this ready for lunch tomorrow. Okay, so just wash your lettuce. You cut it up a little bit. Like that. I'm making it straight into containers. I've got 2. If you don't want to buy a whole lettuce, which I probably shouldn't have, you can just buy lettuce, salad leaves, as they're called. I'm just going to cut this up how I do a telegraph cucumber when I do a Greek salad. Obviously, this is just a Lebanese cucumber. I'm not doing this very well. This is how I do my Greek salads at work because everything chunky looks better. We'll just go half on that one and half on that one. And with the dressing, I normally just get whatever's floating around in the fridge. These are great little grape cherry tomatoes. So good. Give them a wash. It's up to you whether you want to keep them whole or cut them. I think I'll cut these ones. I don't really know how many I'm going to do because I'll have this for a couple of days. So therefore there'll be a salad with every day. Maybe about 4 in each. Okay, best to not put the dressing on until you're ready to serve, just so you know. So I'll take the dressing in the bottle with me when I go to work tomorrow. So this with one of those for lunch is an easy, fuss-free lunch. All right, I'll be back soon when our tarts are ready. And here we have it, egg and bacon tarts. Thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. I hope you enjoy this one. So what I did with my oven, because sometimes if I cook things at the correct temperature, they burn, I cut mine down to 160. I popped it on for 20 minutes and they still just didn't look done. So I gave them the extra 5 minutes and I've just stabbed them with a toothpick. There's no runny egg coming out of them. Obviously, if they are a little bit runny, they probably will set as they cool. But to be on the safe side, I've just made sure that they've cooked without burning them. So, thank you once again. I'll catch you on the next adventure. Bye.